When do we go live? I have a lot of material on my.
Oh, jeez. We're already live, Alex.
Yeah,
This is
He's
it.
got some bits.
this is what we're doing.
When do we talk about immigration?
Oh, boy. Yeah, your first comment on that was terrifying. I was like,
No.
man. And then I told Colin, I said, okay, well, Alex is in. At this point,
I'm not going to do anything
I'm
inappropriate.
I'm cutting my responsibility of Alex. I have asked. That's it. It's not, I mean,
Obviously, don't know me.
no, not at all. Not even a little bit. Do I want, I don't know if I want to push that limit, but I do at least kind of trust you on this scenario. Also, it's not live, so, whatever. Colin can go back there and
I
just cut pieces out.
I just get to
Just
edit
get
it.
it shortened to
Spend
like
even
15
more
minutes
time
of good.
editing. Yeah,
Yeah, the 15-minute podcast.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry.
good.
real quick
That's
hitter.
good.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Just cut all of Alex's stuff out.
Well, mostly on this podcast, if you haven't listened, which I'm sure you haven't, we talk about mid-sized trucks. That's pretty much it. So if you got any sort of news or, opinions on a new Tacoma or a new Ranger, that's where we're at.
It's just an open forum. Say whatever we think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh no.
That's it. That's your hot take.
Scratching your 5 o'clock shadow, the mic picks that up too, just so you know.
I like the suspension on the new Tacomas and Land Cruisers that you can work on the front end easier,
Really?
but not the GX 550 because those have a KDSS sway bar,
Okay.
Does it make it that
which
much worse?
gets you that close to doing it in 10 minutes, the front end, but it's actually like 3 hours.
Huh.
It's that close to you can pull the strut out, but the sway bar is like 10 millimeters away from being able to get the strut out. That's all I have to say about new cars.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Just in general,
All
all
right.
new cars.
All of them.
All of them. Got it.
I don't know.
That's good. That's good.
We
That's
did a lift on a AT4 2500 Silverado today.
Mm-hmm.
I say we.
Ozzy
Matt and
did
Ozzy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we can't forget about Matt. I don't want to. Why is
He
he
was
here?
supposed to be here.
He was supposed to be
man.
here. We tried to all sit in one chair together.
Yeah, that was going to be the bit.
That would have been good. The entire Fit Garage crew.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like a
Stacked in here.
stacked on top of
I
each
can
other.
still sit on Alex's lap.
We could get there.
Yeah.
We need to work into that, though. I don't think that that's something that you just do without a little bit of warm up,
Okay.
right?
The-
I mean, you
the
might.
next one, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But for us,
Right.
right. We got to ease into
Day one, yeah.
Yeah, we got to
Day
ease
one.
into that with you guys.
Also, I was thinking immediately when you said that you had 5 people, I thought, well, this is now Alex's podcast.
We're going to commandeer.
Yeah, he's the captain now.
Mhm.
We're going to talk about immigration.
Exactly. Any other hot button issues you can get to? Oh, yeah, I'm sure you can. So I'm just going to stop, not even say anything beyond that for you.
I've never voted in my life.
That's good.
It's all a joke.
That's good.
Hmm.
So we don't do intros anymore. We've been like doing this thing where we just intro people to the podcast once we're like moving. But I feel like since we're kind of starting in here, we should probably explain what's going on. So we have in-studio guests. We have Alex to my left and Ozzy, and they are from local shop Fit Garage
That you started.
that I started.
He just said don't mess with the mic. First thing you start doing.
And Alex reminded me that he won the shop in a naked wrestling match.
Oh.
Naked.
Yeah. So he's incredibly strong.
Must have been a tag team match, huh?
Well,
Yeah, with Zane.
Yeah.
Zane.
It would have been him and Zane.
Zane,
Which,
Yeah,
I mean,
Zane.
Yeah.
good
Zane-
partner.
yeah.
Zane and I versus Dustin and
with that
Sean.
bulk, so.
I thought it would have been a fun match. Maybe with clothes on, or maybe not. I don't know.
Well,
But that did remind me, though, you did wrestle somebody there, didn't you? I didn't want to even get into any of this kind of stuff, but that's fun.
I get along really well with that guy now.
Oh, good.
So I
Okay.
can't
You
speak
can't
on
say
that.
that guy.
I wrestled Ethan
Wow.
on the floor the other day.
I'll see.
Yeah.
So it's still a wrestling area.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Well,
The main bay.
Right. Good.
There was a local
Tradition.
like fitness supply place that was called like, what was it, like the Fit Pit or something that came out
Mm.
around.
It's close, right?
Yeah. I used to get calls for that every once in a while. I was like, no, this is a completely different thing. It's not the same. But maybe I should have done that. It might have been more successful. I don't know.
We get tagged on Instagram like once a month. There is a workout place in Mexico. Los Fit Garage. We get tagged in that quite often.
Los.
You ever just think about tagging the actual place on some of your stuff
I tag
now?
them back.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that's
Good.
We'll like lift to Tacoma and I'll tag them. Just to get them back.
That's good. So yeah, these guys are have this awesome place, and they do a bunch of great work. And I happen to have been a part of it at the start, and Alex has taken it and made it so much better. So that's great.
Shut the hell up.
It's true. You have. So I think I can just do the Welcome to the Campfire Passport podcast off of that. That's pretty easy. And then the thing that I really wanted to talk about was not just like the shop, like there's the history of the shop a little bit, but like I think from you, and then actually interesting enough, probably from Ossie too, or definitely from Ossie, how did you get into cars? Because you were into cars before like off-road stuff, and you kind of transitioned, and you have, I think, a really cool vehicle background. Like you've had a lot of really cool things. You've got a great eye. And I'm not trying to just give you compliments this entire podcast. I'll try to rip you apart somewhere.
Lap it up. Here we go.
But, yeah, how'd you get there?
Is this a question for Ossie?
No,
that's
that's
a question
you.
for you.
I can't make eye contact with you because you're behind me. So it'd be like if I was sitting in your lap.
We need a round table.
How did we go from cars to trucks to back to cars? Is that the question?
How did you get into cars? And then trucks? And then all things?
My first car was a Mark IV GTI.
That was your first car?
Yeah, I was
The brown one?
really rich parents. No, I'm just kidding.
You had?
No, I lived with my parents and I spent all my money on my first car, which was a Mark IV GTI,
That's a good move.
which are worth $2,000 now.
Yeah.
On a good day,
Yeah. And then was just into cars, and then Ossie had a BMW, and I just always wanted to be like Ossie, so I got BMWs.
Was Ossie actually the person that convinced you to get an E28 without convincing you?
Yeah, partially.
You
I
saw
don't
it in
know.
the
Yeah, like
parking structure.
Yeah.
Then I remember.
Ossie E28 was like the coolest thing to me.
It
like,
was
dang, that's so cool.
It was good. There was like a time, that time where like all the kids from Redmond had BMWs, and I remember specifically yours coming in with Style 5s and being lower than the other ones mostly, and I was like, wow, this is cool. And then you kind of did a bunch of other stuff, and it was cool along the way. So yeah, I get that.
I was also 17 and made bad choices.
Oh yeah, well that's something we all do.
The car was not that great, but it was still fun.
Yeah, what was it? It had like a newspaper lined something.
I got in a little collision, if you will, in the ice, and I didn't have any money, and so I bent the hood back, and there were a lot of dents on it, so it became like this paper mache kind of smoothed out thing, and that was to make up for the very dented, very ugly, crumpled hood. And I got a paint job at the same time because it was bronze it, and I didn't want a bronze it car. So
The newspaper on the hood was all like Nazi.
No. It was old newspaper. It was old newspaper,
I thought
but
it was
was not
like
Nazi.
a German theme because of BMW,
no.
like a Bavarian, like
No.
you were doing like a Reich thing.
I was a dork, and I went to like thrift shops
Oh,
and
my
found
bad.
old ones. But
I must have read that wrong. My bad.
yeah, you found a
This
clipping
whole
in
time,
there.
he thought that's what it was.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Thought I knew you.
Well, he's taking back his BMW purchases now.
Yeah.
He thinks that's terrible.
Well, and then Alex continued to buy every car I've had, I think.
Oh, interesting.
I had a Cosworth. He bought a Cosworth.
And now,
G-Wagon. He bought a G-Wagon.
Wow.
That was-
Interesting.
He's getting a
He put the
6x6.
You
now.
getting a Volvo next? Yeah.
The 6x6 is coming.
I'm gonna get a V70R with a blown motor next.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh,
It's pretty nice.
Was a blown motor
It needs a motor
It just needs a quart of oil.
often.
all the
It's
time?
okay. I knew this. I knew this when I
Perpetually?
bought
Oh,
it.
you did?
Okay.
Okay. That was my next question. My follow-up.
I'm very
was-
aware, and it will get a motor at some point.
Okay. Is that something I don't know enough about Volvos to know? Like, can you just get a motor from a junkyard like you can another car?
Well,
or-
it is an RN block, and so I'm able to now kind of get any of the RN motors, which is cool. But I want a 2.4 to keep it 2.4. I don't have to shim a 2.5. It's a bunch of dumb stuff. But yes, I can.
Volvo talk.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
want me to nerd out for a sec? No.
I kind of do. 'Cause
No,
like,
I don't want to.
okay.
But it will be cool, and it is a cool car. So
It is a cool car. They're cool. I like them, but I don't think I like them enough that I would want to buy one. Sorry, Tyson. But
no, I get that. I didn't think I did either.
Well,
but then-
Tyson's isn't the same as his.
I know it's not, but it's still a Volvo.
Yeah.
It's like saying, I'm trying to. Yeah, sure, okay.
They're
I mean, they're vastly
just saying
different.
they're
just the
vastly
exact
different.
same car in two different model years.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the
With different color.
P80 versus P2. Yeah.
That's like saying, never mind. Jeez.
Which always makes me laugh because it's backwards.
Yeah.
Because the P80 is the early one,
Oh,
and the
okay.
P2 is the later
That is weird.
one. They did the numbering.
Because it was like based off the 850 kind of is like the
Oh.
thought there.
Mhm.
But then the V70 fit into that in between. So
Odd logic.
Those Swedes.
Oh, sweet. All right. Let's back up.
yeah.
Sorry. Scroll it back a little bit. So Alex got an E28 because of Ossie, because of the newspapers on the hood.
Mhm.
And then after that, what did you have after that?
Well, it got featured in a very reputable blog site, didn't it?
You did. Yeah.
That don't matter none.
Yeah.
I had
Magenta.
Oh yeah, you wrote the.
I did.
Yeah.
I did write the article.
Yeah. And it was
with
built
your beautiful
in the,
photos.
in
Another
the parking
compliment.
lot of
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
The
first
engine bay was great.
Forker.
I had
the
painted
garage,
that
so-
engine bay.
Oh, sick.
Whoa.
Very sweet.
That was my best paint job ever. You're welcome.
You did the fender too.
I did the fender. That was not as good. Remember it got dropped in the
Remember it
parking lot?
fell.
I liked when it was stickers, a whole bunch of like Rome stickers or something. Remember that?
Yeah. What was the question?
What came after the BMW? Really, what I'm trying
I got
to do
into
is
drifting for a minute. I
Oh,
got like
yeah,
a
That's
S13.
right.
Yeah.
I remember that
Yep.
too.
good S13. Yep. And then
No, that was before. I
No?
traded the Mark IV.
Yep.
Sold it, got an S13,
That
and then
makes
I was
sense.
like, "Oh, I can't afford drifting." And then I got an E28, and then
As
I got
many-
an
That's
E12,
when you find out, yeah.
and then I got a Land Cruiser.
Okay.
And that was when I was buying the shop from you.
we had the same Land Cruiser at the same time, basically.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was
Still
weird.
the best Land Cruiser ever.
It really is.
The 80 is the best.
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. That's a
Here we
weird
go.
thing to say out of your seat, but
The 80 is the best.
okay.
I tell people that
It's
too.
the-
Don't
it,
get a
like-
G-Wagon, get an 80. What are you doing?
It might not. It
It's
might
a better.
not
It's a
have,
better coil sprung. Just
the
get that.
80 series Land Cruiser is the best off-road vehicle
Yeah, 100%.
ever made.
Hot take.
Boy.
Every
like it.
I don't know. It's
I
just
like it.
and you can still kind of get them cheap. They're so good.
I mean, it's cheaper than a G-Wagon, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Well,
And, yeah.
Everything's
Yes.
cheaper than a G-Wagon, Sean. It's
Uh.
true. What an... Wow. What an accomplishment.
It
The
might
80
not have
series
as
is
much
cheaper than a G-Wagon.
Soul is like a 60 series or a 70, but the 80 is the best off-road, on-road.
Yeah.
Reliably. I don't know. They're the best.
I'm glad to know that you still like them because I
They're still
I
the
like
best.
it.
They're
quite a
the
bit.
best. Whenever I get old and give up, like you, Sean, I'm gonna, I'm just kidding.
When you find the
I'm
next
gonna get
sucker
another
to sell
80
the
series.
shop to.
No,
Get ready, Ozzy.
I'm
he's
like,
gonna
coming, I know.
I'm forever on the lookout for the perfect 80 series. Like, I'm gonna just
last
one day-
week there was one that you were ready to trade.
No, he didn't want
Well,
to
he
trade
didn't,
it.
but
I
yeah.
would have if he wanted to, but he wouldn't.
FT barn door in the rear,
There's
There's a
manual.
barn door- Yeah,
It was sick
Pretty cool.
in a cool color too, kind of a weird brown.
Nice.
it's a 24 valve diesel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Factory manual, no flares, barn
Yeah.
door rear, like super rare, 1997.
It was cool.
Dang.
It was
Local?
crazy. A local guy owns it, but it was just like a Hokkaido, Japan import. Super rare edition, but factory Toyota. Like it wasn't a conversion or
Yeah.
anything. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
Not locked though.
Yeah,
whatever.
You can,
It's
you
fixable.
can change that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty
Fixable.
easy fix.
We can buy lockers.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think they're great. So after you started the shop, I think the thing that like when
Took over the shop. I'm going to correct you.
after you forcibly took over after the wrestling match,
Strong arm.
you kind of like fell into the Land Cruiser thing pretty heavy, and that has really become like what you guys are known for. Now I know that's not all of what you do. You're doing a lot of normal stuff with all Toyotas or with, GMC trucks or Volvos or whatever, like anything really. But your name and your I don't know what the word is, like your reputation, I think at this point is the 70 series Land Cruiser. It really just seems to be the thing that you guys are, known for. How did you figure that out? Like, I don't know if I mean, it seems like one day you just got a troopy and I was like, hey, what is this? I barely know what this thing is. And then of course I realized that it's pretty damn cool and it's kind of evolved from there.
Yeah. I think it was all accidental like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just bought a 70 series and then I was like, oh, these are really cool. And started working on it. And there was a local guy that was bringing them in, Lucas. Super cool guy. Yeah, and we kind of partnered up. Like he would bring them in, I would work on them, and I don't know. Yeah, there's really good trucks, and they got popular because they're good trucks. And we carved out that niche. I don't know if I were to do it again, I don't know if I would want to specialize in the 70 series Land Cruiser again. But
Sure.
It's like it just happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're really cool cars, and I don't know.
Was there just like a great opportunity at the beginning to be like, nobody else is doing this? Like I like it. I might as well try.
I can't say I intentionally did it. It
That's
just
great.
like I
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
I don't want to take credit for like planning that at all. It
Yeah.
just- I owned one, so we started working on more, and now we're like the troopy shop.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the best thing I've ever done in my life, but we work on a lot of troopies. I don't know. It's cool. They're cool cars, but
Yeah.
probably 911s would have been more lucrative or
that might have
something.
been-
I don't know.
Whoops. Probably could have done
Whoops.
that.
Wish I specialized in Tacomas because they're a lot easier to work on.
Well, that's what we've talked about outside of this is like, troopies are really cool and like finding those really rare parts is cool. And like, all the pieces to the puzzle are really neat things. But like if somebody comes in and says, hey, I want 33s and wheels and a, whatever bolt-on lift kit, like that's better from a business standpoint, probably.
Yeah. The troopies are definitely nice to have in the background because they're so cool. They get a lot of attention. And then people with Tacomas and 4Runners, Tundras come in.
Yeah.
And they want work done because we're the shop that works on cool troopies.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
The cool stuff isn't always paying the bills.
Yeah,
so that makes sense.
Like, yeah, the troopies don't pay the bills.
Yeah.
They're
I think
fun to
it's-
work on. They're cool. I love them, but yeah, it's not.
They're all a bit of a project.
They're all kind of a project. When we're
Mhm.
done with those projects, sometimes the bill, if I were to count it out, I'm like, oh, we lost money.
Mhm.
This is not that great.
Yeah.
But they're fun. They're cool.
Yeah.
And
well,
aesthetically pleasing, like you said,
Sure,
having them in the background
I
draws in other crowds. So yeah,
Very pretty trucks.
you just sold yours, right?
Yep.
Yep. And you mentioned.
well, wait, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
He sold his.
We could back up
but
a little
how
bit.
many in are we on? This is the now you've sold yours. This is the
I think this
third or
is my
fourth
actual
one that you
second.
that was
yours
yours
mine.
that you sold.
That tan one,
The tracker.
well, the white Tracker,
Yeah.
I sold to the people in
Good idea.
Cody and Olivia in Medford.
Mm-hmm.
That was like mine. And then
Okay.
I had that tan one for like a month,
12
but that one like wasn't really mine. I always knew that was like
but yeah.
yeah. I drove it to Mexico, but it was not like a
Not his.
Yeah.
Not his.
yeah.
It's just a borrower.
I was testing it, yeah.
Okay.
But then this one was like mine.
And that was kind of like the ultimate build one, right? Like that was like
Yeah.
put it together and put all the stuff that you learned and all the cool
Yeah.
things into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss this one. It was really cool, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had it for 5 years and I bought a house, so I needed to sell my car.
Yeah,
My
that
truck.
makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. So once you recover from that, are you going to get another troopy, or are you going to? I mean, you got a G-Wagon, so it's not like you step down too far.
He has a lot of
I
other
got
cool
a really
things too.
crappy G-Wagon.
Yeah,
Oh,
and a
shut
really crappy E30 touring.
Yeah.
no, I could see getting a troopy again. I'm already
I
regretting.
think last week he was like, "Oh, I can't wait to build another one."
last
We're
week.
installing a new top, and he's like, "I can't wait to put this on my next troopy."
They're the best. They're better than 80 series.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Here we
there
go.
we go.
Real heel turn.
Have you ever run across? This is really off to the side, but have you run across one with an 80 chassis yet? I see them every once in a while that are coil sprung front and rear, and I think, you should do that next. Let me
In
plant
a
that
year,
seed.
you
Look at
can-
this. Aussie wants.
We saw an 80? Or
No, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, we have an 80 chassis.
That's
getting-
I don't want to talk about
Okay,
it. I
never
feel
mind.
so bad that truck's been in our shop for 8 years.
What's
We
the math
have
on that?
We need to edit this
we
out.
have the puzzle pieces to build this if we wanted. That's all I'm saying.
What is this? You don't have to give any details.
I'm sorry.
But, like,
Our best customer
Mm.
8 years ago had us start this project, but in the interim, we've also had like 3 or 4 other trucks that we've built for him, and this one just keeps putting on the.
is this the guy I know? I've done.
Yeah,
some
you
stuff.
probably.
Okay.
Yeah. You helped him with the audio.
Yeah, yeah.
When he came
He's
through,
awesome,
yeah.
by the way.
He's
So,
rad.
the best.
so okay,
Yeah.
well,
There's this one project, like one of the first ones we started for him, but there's been. Yeah, it gets put on the back burner.
It's a big
trucks
project.
It's a huge project where like it sounded super fun at first, and then we found out how much work it is, and then we've built like 3 other trucks for him in between the time we started that one, and so that truck's just at my house right now, hanging out,
Got it.
waiting for when we have spare time.
got it. Okay. That's gonna come soon, right?
Anyway, 80 series chassis under a troopy would be really cool,
Yeah.
but I think they sell kits where you can just put 80 series axles
Oh,
under a troopy, which would be much less work.
okay.
Because actually, an 80 you would have to extend the
Extend it, yeah.
frame like 6 inches, and actually, this year you can start importing troopies with coil front factory,
Oh,
which is
That's
cool.
the-
And then you could do the rear if you want, but I would just leave leaf in the rear.
yeah, that'd be fine. I think
coil
that'd be
front,
enough.
leaf rear. It's pretty sweet.
That'd be cool. So what year? So that's 25 years is 99. Huh. Okay.
Like
didn't know that was the
late
start.
99.
Huh. Did
Some
they have the-
99s came leaf front, but like late 99s are coil.
When do they switch to V8? When does that happen?
07.
Oh, okay. So you got a little
Still got
time
a little
on that.
while before you get the good one.
You
The
can get one out of
really good
Canada,
ones.
though. I bet at this point you can get one in there.
Or you can break the law.
Yeah, or you can break the law.
Yeah.
I just saw a
We are not an advice podcast.
allegedly you can break the law.
Yeah.
I just saw a for sale post on I Hate Mud a while back. That's one that is in like New York or something. It's like a 2016,
Mhm.
and the person's like, "This is perfect if you want to go to Venezuela with it or whatever." And I'm like, "How did it get here? And what are you doing?" Like, that doesn't
We've seen
explain
a
a lot.
handful of those.
Yeah. Speaking of, do you still have that truck? What?
No.
You're supposed
Okay.
to ask that.
Oh,
No.
what truck? I don't. Yeah. Okay.
What
Never
do you
mind.
mean? Yeah, my 1976 Ford Courier.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Mm,
The
It's our
garbage truck.
Yeah.
It's our trash truck for the shop, yeah.
Yeah.
I have that.
You still have it? No, you don't. You got rid of that. What'd you get? You got something else.
We
to
got a free
part.
first gen Dodge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good truck.
It's cool. Well, it's not the Cummins.
Wow.
Well, it don't matter.
That's
the
a truck.
gas is
That don't
better
matter.
for Bend, Oregon climate.
Sure.
You want
yeah.
gas.
You want gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gas is king.
When you're hauling
Starts
garbage.
easier.
That's
Mhm.
actually true.
Yeah.
Especially after it sits for
Yeah.
however
In
long
the
it takes you.
cold.
Yeah.
Only a fool would put a diesel motor in their truck.
Yeah, I agree. Idiots. So gonna get a troopy again. You're gonna do coil springs now because it was a great idea. That's perfect. I like that. What else is next with the shop? Like, are you trying to focus more on, like, I saw an LC250 recently. I've seen new Tacomas and things like that, it looks like, right? So like you're just kind of keeping on with the normal people cool stuff, right? Is there bigger things?
I'm trying to commit less to, I think during COVID, everyone got bored, including myself, and I said yes to too many engine swaps and like big projects.
Yeah.
And I got super underwater with like having a line of 10 people lined up for motor swaps and big projects.
Yeah.
We're trying to dig out of that. Matt has been amazing with like, he'll attach to a project and just like work on it for 3 months straight and finish.
Yeah.
And like projects that in my head I think are like 2 weeks long, turns out they're like 4-month long projects.
Yeah.
Because I did the math wrong on how much work it is. But like,
or you didn't calculate for everything
Matt's
else.
been super good at like committing to just finishing these projects that I thought were like 10 steps, but they're actually 100 steps. And like that Cummins swap he's doing right now, like the things he's doing on it right now, I'm like, oh, I didn't even consider that as even part of the project. Like building a custom transmission harness is what we did for the last week. Like, I didn't even consider that when I quoted out the job. I was like, oh yeah, put the Cummins motor in the transmission. Yeah. So Matt's super good at digging those out. So you've got the main
steps, but not the sub steps.
Yeah, I have like the 5 big things, but I don't consider like the 20 little things. Yeah,
under each one of those. Yeah,
and then like Ossie's great too.
No specific reason.
No.
Thanks, Al.
So we're trying to dig ourselves out of this like project hole.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm getting smarter about not doing big projects like that.
Yeah.
Trying to say no to motor swaps and stuff. And just do more lift kits.
Yeah.
Maybe like 1 or 2 big projects in the background, not 10 at a time. And then we're just trying to focus on bigger things like I can't say on.
Say it.
6x6.
Okay, we'll wait.
We gotta wait. We gotta wait.
It's an off-air thing.
We got some big things in the works that are not tied to just doing labor.
Heck yeah.
We're gonna start making some products.
Good.
Okay. Well,
that you would maybe put in the area between a tire and a hub.
Ah, that makes sense.
Okay. I mean, this is gonna, if this helps at all, this won't post for a month.
We're not gonna do anything in a month.
They'll be ready in a month, yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
If Taiwan cooperates, we're going to have them out in a month.
Okay.
Just kidding.
I'll be on my trip.
Okay, cool. But are you still, last time we talked about big projects, you still had like a raffle project coming, right? Are you still doing, has that not?
Yeah, we team up with Warm Fuzzy and we do a raffle giveaway for a truck.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
That's great. It's been good.
It's been good. Yeah, we do that. Yeah, pays for the truck.
That's good. And then a ton of coverage, right? Like you're getting a huge boost in people seeing it at least. Whether that translates into sales or not is tough, I'm sure. But like, it's a recognizable person logo thing, kind of.
Yeah, it's really good marketing.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Like we're able to build, like we've done 2 Hiluxes and both the winners bought a t-shirt, or like the last winner bought $80. He bought like a pair of shorts and a shirt, and he won a Hilux that was worth like $40,000.
Yeah, that's awesome.
By buying $80 in shirts.
Nice.
And it's like cool merch too.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
Yeah.
Ossie's wearing one of the shirts. He didn't win, loser.
It's more the back on this one, but
that's fine. Yeah,
the back's cooler than the front. This is kind of boring, dude.
Yeah, well, the next one we're gonna do like a 70 series pickup, and then we're building like a dual cab 70 series pickup. We got 2 of them.
So are they going to be the raffle for 2? Okay, there's 2, like the next and the next. Huh, yeah, cool. Any idea on time frame on those? It's okay if it
within a month.
Single cabs, right?
Within a month or so.
Yeah. Ideally, a month ago, I would have done it, but it just been so busy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that'll be cool. I think they're fun. I think it's neat, and I think the merch is cool too. I also bought the merch and didn't win like an idiot. So
Such a loser, dude.
I know.
Alex doesn't want anyone from Bend to win because he thinks it'll
Yeah.
look like an inside job.
That's true.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's a shop in Bend.
If
though.
any of my friends win, I'm gonna be like, oh no.
Yeah.
I thought about
It's
that.
gonna be an
actually.
inside job.
The way
Yeah.
this looks, yeah.
How did they win?
Yeah.
Like, Ethan always buys merch. I'm like, Ethan, stop. If you win, it's
Yeah.
gonna be suicide for the company.
Then you got to say, I'll take the cash option. Don't worry.
Yeah. There is no cash
There's no
option.
cash option.
There is no cash option.
I actually felt like guilty. I bought the sweatshirt because I liked it. And I was like, oh, and it gives me an entry. And then like after I got the sweatshirt, I went, I think if I win this, it would be bad. I don't think that that's going to look good. So I'm just going to hope that I do because I don't care.
Well,
and also,
let me just put this on the front end. I'm not friends with you guys.
Oh,
so
there you go.
There. So
So you
now
can
if
win,
I
yeah.
win,
You can win now,
it's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So
I
covered.
thought we were friends.
Wow.
Whatever,
Wow.
dude.
Nice, come on.
I'll cut that end part. I'll cut from
Can you
there
give me another beer?
out, and then
Didn't know we weren't friends.
Well,
you got to tell me what you want. You want another one of those?
Something similar.
So, well, there's one more
yeah,
of
get the
those.
stout. You have any Truly in there? I'm just kidding. I don't want anything.
There's ranch water.
Okay, good.
Thanks.
Service.
Look
With-
at that.
Without a smile.
Look at that. Well, you're not going to get a smile.
No, not for me.
All
So
right.
we should talk about immigration.
No. No. Just no.
No.
So, Ozzy,
Okay,
cut Alex
done
out
with
real
Alex.
quick.
I'll just mute his mic.
Yeah. What, you have been around the shop for a long time.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of crazy. And now you work there.
I know. I know. That's weird too.
And you took a path to get there.
Oh, gosh.
Like, we don't have to just interview Ozzy here, but like,
Mhm.
you went away, you
Yeah.
went to school.
For a
Win
while.
away.
For a
I like,
while.
I like
While.
the
It's pretty
the way
far
he puts
away.
that. You
Yeah.
went away.
I
You
have a master's degree in architecture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I was digging for
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have a couple degrees.
Awesome.
Yeah, I came back and then Alex called me one night on like a Wednesday and was like, "Hey man, we're super swamped. Will you come help?" And I was like in between jobs and I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he was like,
I was at church.
Of course
yeah.
you were.
And then
Stressed out.
and I was like, "When do you want me?" And you're like, "Tomorrow." And then that was like 4 years ago, and I just keep working there.
It's only 4 years ago.
Maybe 5. I don't know. It's been a while.
Seems like
That's
9.
crazy.
Seems
It seems like not.
Because we've been friends for that long. I
Yeah.
think. I met Alex when I was like 17.
That makes sense.
And then I think, yeah,
like. I mean, that seems about right.
Yeah.
Just kind of
car scene.
the
yeah.
car scene era.
Yeah.
Alex with a, what was that, 80 grit sand job on the on your new paint job?
Oh, yeah. The front of the Mark IV.
Yeah, I like bringing that up for you. Just
It was.
It was 80
It was.
yeah.
Nice finish work.
yeah, a real finished sand job on that one.
You look great from far away.
It was so bad.
Like 20 feet away, you wouldn't know. But then as soon as you said, hey, look at these sanding marks, I was like, whoa.
I would bring it up. People wouldn't notice, but I bring it up.
Yeah. I do that all the time with my Bug now. People say, whoa, are those Porsche wheels? And I say, no,
No,
they're
not.
empty.
That's good.
It's fun.
It's nice to be humble.
Yeah, that's definitely something I try for. All right. So you had the E28.
Yeah.
Which was, is that your first, like,
That was my
Fun
first
car?
car. Yeah.
yeah.
I think I paid $500 for it, and it was my first car, and it was
Back
was
when
cool.
BMWs were
Yeah.
bottom dollar.
Yeah.
yeah. It was an M30 car, and it was cool. It was manual, and it checked enough boxes, and that got me kind of hooked on them. And had some E23s, and then I got the Cosworth, the 190. And that was
How did you land that car?
that was funny. I wanted a diesel 190, which I have now, and I was really after one,
For
like
sale.
a manual diesel 190. Yeah,
Okay.
and there's a guy in Portland that had a Cosworth, and I was like, "Hey, by chance, do you know of a diesel manual?" And he's like, "No, but I have another Cosworth if you want one." And it was like his parts Cosworth.
Okay.
And so I was like, "Well, sure." And the price was right, and it needed
Yeah.
some work, and so I bought it and loved that car. They're so cool, and
It's
I'm
a very
bummed I
cool
sold
car.
it. But Alex also had one around the same time.
It's like, of all the cars I've ever sold,
Yeah.
that's the biggest regret.
I'm bummed on that.
Really?
one. Yeah.
Mm.
I love that car. Yeah. It's not fast, but
You
it like
just- you're
sounds
driving
good. It
and
looks
you're
good.
better than everyone else on the road.
It's true.
No, that's the G-Wagon.
Oh, wait, that's the G-Wagon. My bad.
Alex says that in the G
I
all
do
the
feel
time.
like that
Oh.
again. Well, I'm driving the G. I'm in my head. I'm flipping everyone off.
Well, you are. Yeah.
You feel better than everyone else because you are.
That's true.
When you're driving the G-Wagon.
That's,
Was the I don't remember. Was the Cosworth before the Volvo? The Amazon?
So
Or was
yeah,
that-
no, it was after
Okay.
I traded the E28 for the Amazon in a weird trade.
Yeah.
Um,
Because that was one of my favorites that you.
I like that, but I didn't do
So-
anything. I just bought it like that.
Yeah,
I didn't do
yeah.
anything. Yeah, I sold it to a guy, and then that turned into the Cosworth. I sold the Cosworth to get like the Datsun from Dustin.
okay.
That
Oh,
was,
yeah.
I thought that was a cool
forgot
truck. That was
about
a
that.
dumb move on my part.
Oh, bad truck.
I thought I needed a pickup for some reason. It was a cool truck.
well,
but
I mean, mini trucks
So-
are cool.
I
So
know, I know.
Is that the same one that ended up like 4 rounds later at Smolich, or did I just conflate that with a different 521?
Oh, it was 520. So
520.
yeah, that's a
I don't
different
know.
one. That one
Different
that was at
one, okay.
Smolich has been there. Was like
There's
that's
some
been there
there's
forever. I thought.
it's not like there's a couple steps to that. Luke again
Luke
is yelling
will,
at his
Luke will
radio.
Yell
So
at us about
whatever.
that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
sorry, Luke. All right, so you got that truck. Was that in the middle of all that then?
I was like in school. Yeah. I
Okay,
was in school.
okay.
I thought I needed to haul stuff.
Well, you had a bike, right?
Yeah. I lived downtown Portland and I just rode everywhere. So I didn't, yeah. And then I got a diesel 190 and I still have that. And then I got the 6x6, which is cool. The Volvo.
So that was your
C304
that was your first like
rig. Yeah.
wow.
I know. It's a wild
What-
rig of choice.
How did you get there?
Oh, golly, that's a
Were
long
you looking
story,
for
too.
a manual diesel something else?
No, I really wanted that. Okay, so I went to school for architecture. That's part of it. My truck was part of my thesis. I was looking at like mobile architecture and like what a post-disaster relief.
Oh boy.
What are you gonna say?
Tell us about your college experimentation. Anyway, so
yeah.
Volvo was the...
So I got the Volvo. I found the Volvo in Arkansas, and it was super broken and it had been sitting in a field for like 10 years. And so I bought it for way too cheap. And
Good.
Tell them what forum you
Shipped
found
in.
that on.
uh,
DonaldTrump.com.
it was something like that. It was Steel Soldiers, which is a
Oh, you're looking at basically
far
prepper
right.
stuff.
it was that
Okay.
forum.
Wow.
And it was wild because
He
it was
just ran across.
no,
it.
no, no. Well,
across
yeah,
it
I did,
online.
but yeah, it's hard to find photos of these things.
This is the best part of the
No,
story.
it's wild. Someone posted like, I just saw this in a field in Arkansas. This is crazy.
Sure.
Does anyone know about it? And the photos were so old and like it didn't say where they were taken. You can right click on a photo and figure out like the Latin long of where a photo was taken. And the
Not a
metadata.
lot of people can do that.
In the metadata. Yeah, you can, dude. That's just like nerd stuff. But so I find out it's in Arkansas.
Deep state stuff.
I post on Craigslist just like a wanted in Little Rock. And I was like, hey,
Albuquerque.
this no, Little Rock. This was seen like 6 years ago or whatever it was.
Sure.
Is it still out there? And I used those photos. And the dude responded the next day. And he's like,
That quick?
yeah, he's like, I got one that looks like mine in the picture. And it was wild. We talked on the phone for a while and it worked out. And he owned, like his friend owned a trucking company and he was able to like ship it out the next week. And so like I bought it and then it came I took it to my grandma's house in Olympia. And I worked on it a bunch on the weekends, but it was hard because I was in grad school and I was like doing grad school stuff and then also going and working on this truck that didn't really matter, but it was also part of my thesis.
In the
so.
experimentation.
And then also the experimentation. I had to fit that in on the weekends. And so,
Sure. Yeah. In between.
so the Volvo comes to my grad, like my thesis thing. Anyway, that's
That's where we end.
well, no, and then
It's a cliffhanger. I'm like,
what do you want? I mean,
Tell us about
the
the pop top.
okay. So I cut the roof off and put a pop top. Well, I bought a van that had an engine fire. It was like a 70s GMC. I don't know what they're even called.
Van.
Yeah, van. But it had like a pop top and it was kind of cool, but it had an engine fire and it was $500 and I bought it, trailered it up there, took it all apart, took the top off and then scrapped the van for like $600, which was sick.
Nice.
Cut the top and it worked well on a flat roof. And so I was able to cut that out, install it kind of the way it was.
You weren't at the shop this last weekend, but another dude came by with the same pop top as you
Oh, nice.
on like a modern van.
Oh,
and he
cool.
did the same thing.
Nice.
Oh,
He found it on an old van. It's a glass cantilevered, like, what's the glass company? Like Husaberg or
Haynes or something like that.
Something-
Hainer or something like that.
something German.
Yeah.
But
it was
it's it opens up like a scissor lift and the glass folds flat. And when you open it, the glass like pops
which
up.
is rad because there's
Really
no
cool.
canvas that rots, and it's got sliding windows, and it's well made. It was made by a company in Seattle in like the 80s, and I forget the name of it. It's cool though, and they're out of business, but
Yeah.
So that went on the truck, and then I like painted it and got it kind of nice for thesis. I like fixed the axle, I fixed the brakes, I did a ton of work on that truck. And so it came to my thesis. Fast forward to me living here and working at Fit. It gets a motor swap. It's OM605 now.
And he took 14 weeks to build the wheels by hand.
I widened the wheels and I beadlocked the wheels. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you
He
did
took
that
the
by
wheels
hand.
off
I did that.
and put barrels from a sewage drain on them.
No, that's
No.
not what happened.
That's not true, huh?
to make them wider.
There's one that's kind of egg shaped,
Man,
but the rest are pretty
conspiracies
good.
over here now,
Okay.
too.
So, yeah.
and made them be
So
lots.
two questions.
Okay.
First one, what was the grade that you got on your project?
Oh, this is.
Well, he graduated. He said he has a degree.
I do
so-
have the
good point.
degree.
So, yeah.
I don't want
But
to
it
get
was
into
the-
some like this is a.
Oh wait,
Mm.
did I mess
So
up?
no, you're fine.
It's a thesis.
My thesis did good.
Okay.
Should have done better.
Oh,
Ooh,
oh, I
wow.
see. There's
I
some.
think I won
Name
too many
the
awards
teacher.
at school.
Who's the
No,
teacher?
No.
Who's the bitch?
No.
Oh. Edit
What did
that
they?
I'll tell
out.
What
you.
did they do to you?
I'll tell you
Ossie?
later.
All right. Well, then I was going to ask Alex what his grade for your wheels is. Then
Yeah, what is it, Al?
we're going to start.
I don't know. They hold air, right?
Yeah, most of the time.
It's been parked there for
Most.
like 6 months and they all
Hey,
hold air.
chill. Okay.
Chill.
I drove it today.
It's fine. They're great. They hold
That's-
air.
Man, you guys are great with specifics here. Jeez,
They hold air.
they hold air.
That's
All
an
right.
A.
A
That's an A.
minus.
It's an A if I've
Minus.
ever heard it.
A minus because the one's an egg.
Yeah.
the one
It's a
is an
spare.
A.
It's on the back. It's on the
The
back.
one is
I
an
mean,
egg.
oh, spare. Okay.
It's one out. Oh, it's
It's a low speed test.
He widened
seven of
seven
them.
wheels.
damn.
I don't know. While
Fine.
you're in there, dude.
All right,
It's as good
cool.
as you can expect.
All right,
6 out of 7. That's a passing grade in every state.
that's pretty good.
It's fine,
That's yeah.
That's what I thought.
except for Michigan.
Oh my god. We just did this crazy circle here. So you graduated school, had a job,
Mm-hmm.
did not have a job, started working with Alex.
Okay, yeah. I worked in architecture for a while.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Did,
And,
did you not like it? This is
No.
way out.
Yeah,
way
this
off
is
the
not-
rails.
We're
and
off
we
the
don't
rails.
have
Let's
to get
go.
through this, but I'm just
Ossie
curious now.
actually was the guy that designed that black couch that you see
I don't want to know what this is.
in
Oh,
certain
God.
videos.
no.
He spent a
Here we go.
year designing that couch and then he quit.
Mhm.
That was actually his thesis, but then he had to do the Volvo just to like save face.
Yeah.
Or no, what did you? Because you were designing a door frame or a,
Oh, that got built, which is very cool. I was on the new courthouse project in Portland, and so
Okay.
it's a big, like, 14-story. It's a cool building, but it also takes many years to build a building like that. And so
Sure.
I was on it for a year, and one of my cool door details actually got built. It's like an exterior door detail that's neat, and it's a rolling door, and I liked it, and I was stoked to see it. And my name's engraved in a brick in there. I didn't know
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, I haven't even seen it yet. My
why did you quit?
uncle told me.
Yeah,
You made it.
he's never going to give you a brick.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe at
Someone
Fit.
spray painted a cab over your name in Portland, dude.
Yeah, probably.
It's possible.
That's probably true. But it's hard. I think that the education is super fun. I liked my architecture degree, and I enjoyed all of those aspects of it. But then you get into practice, and it's just like sitting in front of a computer doing CAD all day, and kind of being bummed on it. And so, in an attempt,
Colin, didn't you do CAD for? Didn't you work in Redmond doing
I
CAD?
still do.
You
I
still
mean,
do.
I still do CAD
Moonlighting.
stuff.
Does
Yeah.
Tyson
Yeah.
know about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tyson
Okay.
about that.
I was in a Texan.
Potentially, you know.
Hey, the guy
Might be
using
more
your
here.
studio is doing moonlighting.
Yeah.
So
He's
FYI.
doing moonlighting.
He might be
doing
tired
moonlighting.
tomorrow because he's moonlighting so hard.
That's right.
Yeah. If only I made money on it.
Mm. There is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. Well, I'm glad cars are fun. I'm glad that you're having fun with cars, and I'm sure that Alex appreciates it too, even if he doesn't tell you enough.
I tell him all the time.
He says it in weird ways.
I text him every
Well,
morning at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate
So
you.
Wake up, baby. I appreciate you.
Exactly.
So
Sometimes it's not
it just
baby,
means you've
sometimes
got
it's other
first dibs on designing the new shop when you move into
Yeah,
when you
Yeah.
get to build your own building.
that's coming. I think that's
that's
next
all ahead.
month, right? This comes out
That's
in
the
a month.
month,
Yeah,
yeah,
this
in a
month.
month.
Next
Okay.
month that'll
All
be
right,
out.
cool.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
month, yeah.
Can't wait for that.
Good deal. So when this airs,
Yeah.
Ossie's building will be
Built, designed,
Built.
and built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brick and mortar. Yeah.
All right. So what's the craziest project that you guys have had through the shop in recent memory? Like, what's the most fun? Let's say the most fun.
Ozzy, you got-
and you can have a different opinion than him.
Yeah, I would
by the
actually
way.
like it if you had a different opinion. Let's
Okay.
do okay. If you can think of something quick, you can take over. Otherwise, Alex is really burning through
Yeah,
the thoughts
boy.
My
here.
favorite project is like mounting tires on a Prius
That's nice.
because it's so low stress.
Steel wheels.
The longer the project, the more I can't sleep.
Yeah, I understand.
I will say Sam's build, the airport troopy truck, was
Yeah,
rad,
that
and
one
I
was
got to
super
do
fun,
like a
yeah.
full build out on the back, and it was fun because I got to do a
That
little
was
bit of
cool.
design work and build work.
That's
so
cool.
that was very neat, and I think he's stoked on it.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
come back, and we've done other work to it, and so it's a rad truck, and I always think of it as kind of one of the neat ones. I guess the blue troopy is also that.
Yeah,
in a
Sam's
way.
Troopy was the coolest because it was like our first good. Like it was right when we were starting to get into Troopies, and I bought this one that was it's from a local guy that like got this Troopy that just let me buy it from him, and then I put it on our Instagram, and this dude from Alabama texted me. He's like, "Hey, I'll buy it," and I was like, "Yeah, okay." And then he like called me. He's like, "No, I'll send you the money right now," and I was like, "Yeah, okay." And he really did. And then he added,
He added a ton. He,
all
like,
this
so
stuff.
much
He's
fun
like, "Hey, I
stuff.
want you guys to do like a pop top on it and like do a build out." And he just like let us build it however we want, and it was really cool.
Yeah,
And then he came out and camped with us for 3 or 4 days as we drove like east with him, which was super cool. And
Yeah.
he was just
He was gonna drive it back to Alabama, and we like took him out to the Alvord and like
That's
took him
awesome.
camping with it, and then we drove back to Bend, and he drove to Alabama.
all the way home.
but it was
That
just
was,
like,
like, kinda cool.
fun.
Yeah.
He stayed for like a week there. I don't know. He's a rad guy. So.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's got to be the way that's like the only way the big projects make sense or feel better is one, if you can line up the next thing after it, I'm sure, and then two, just like knowing that person was cool, had
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah.
you enjoyed the delivery. Because I've been in that scenario too, where I've like done a really big project or like something that costs a lot of money, and then you don't get any feedback, and then all of a sudden you're like, is this person just quiet? Do they hate it? I assume they hate it. That's pretty much my
That's the first step. Yeah.
my knee-jerk reaction. But sometimes I don't think they hate it. I think they just don't say anything. So who knows?
Yeah, that happened with the Blue Troopy. Like, dude bought $100,000 Troopy from us, and I have not heard a word from him since he
Yeah,
got
like,
it.
someone saw it around.
Which is
him.
better for me.
Yeah.
Just full cut ties.
Like, just I don't know if a wheel fell off. Great. I don't need to hear about. I don't know. Great. He just bought 100. I don't know. I guess that's normal, but for me, it was so stressful. Like selling this expensive truck, and then
yeah,
like I don't know.
yeah. That's
I went.
Not knowing anything afterwards.
Actually, it did break like a week after it left, but it was like a starter relay. It just went bad, so it was super simple. But yeah, besides that, never heard from him.
All right.
Cut that out. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. None.
That doesn't matter.
Cut that out of the audio.
Do you have the segment that I was asking about earlier? I think it might be fun. It's not so much that we
Mhm.
need it, but I think
You
it
guys
might
have
be
a
fun.
bit?
And honestly, due to the beginning of this, it really fits in
Okay.
really well.
Can you send it to me via email and I can look at
Why-
it, and then Ozzy can
why
look
don't
on
you
your side?
why don't you
It's not
join?
4 hours long right now.
Why don't you?
Yeah, we're only 4 hours. That's fine.
Hour.
This is
We're on 1 hour.
no. This is
No.
like
We're on
6 hours of talking.
No, 50 minutes.
Oh,
I sent you the link already, Sean, for the
I haven't been on
room.
the
So if you
room.
go on there,
6:40.
then I can
I'm not gonna-
share
I don't
screen
want
with
to just
you.
stare at you for the last hour. I'm already staring at you.
Well, I know, but now
Really, I'm staring at Ossie because
Yeah.
it's easier for my.
yeah. He asked the questions to Alex. To
I'd like
me.
to shout out
Mhm.
Toyo Tires. When do we do the ads?
Right now. Right now. Go
I
ahead.
mean,
Get another one in. Quick. Quick.
Who's
Quick.
pumping the money
Quick,
into
quick,
the
quick,
podcast? Please let me know.
I'd like to shout out the M55, my favorite narrow tire without any
Great
sidewall
for making
stuff.
your truck roll over.
Why?
Special shout out to our giveaway partner, Warm Fuzzy, and
And
And?
was that just an empty and? There was just an actual
I don't think we
Oh,
have any
yeah.
other.
okay.
it's a
Just an unfinished
Open door for the next
yeah,
person.
an unfinished thought
Yeah.
on that one. Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
I
Okay.
was sick. I'm out.
Okay, you're gonna have to put it back in the chat because I just got on here and it doesn't. I don't think it shows me chat history.
No, it's not. No, I'm telling you.
Oh, you're gonna do a share screen.
Yes.
Right here, I'm gonna share it with you.
I'll share, and then yeah, Ozzy can look at my screen. Okay. So in this, this is a great segment, self-proclaimed great segment. Would you pay money for this?
Why didn't we start with this?
So
we just talked about us for an hour.
It fits
is what
really well
I'm here for.
with our opening conversation because it's a 95 triple locked 80 series with a
Carter PDFs?
supercharger, it says. So, as you can see, the price there, $32,000,
Okay.
which is high in my honest opinion. But we've got 213,000 miles. It's got a Kazuma supercharger on it with a recent oil change.
Okay.
2.5 Dobinson heavies.
Who's Kazuma?
35s.
Hardly know.
Factory triple lock. Some other.
Ooh, I like the bold.
It's got some bold stuff
Nice
about a
ad.
newly rebuilt transmission that has a warranty.
And AMSOIL in it.
$5,200.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Little body frame. We got some just known issues. Rear defroster does not
Okay.
work. Okay. Crack in the dash and driver door.
What?
Missing driver's side drip molding.
Ooh,
I know how important that is. Windows are slow.
they're awesome.
80.
Okay. It says need to clean the contacts. So
No, they go slow.
It's not going to help.
Yeah, I promise you. You can put a new motor in that, you can grease it up, you can do all you want. And if you don't put new runs in it,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be slow.
Okay. Front passenger door handles loose,
It's going to break.
and the driver's side burr field has started to show signs of needing rebuild,
It clicks.
which
That's
Sean is very familiar with.
Take it to Fit Garage. They do those hour, cost like $50. It's
Mhm.
fine.
All day. It's
Yeah.
All day.
all day. Me. It's
Okay, so here's some small pictures
Oh,
of it,
red.
and it's red.
It's, a bad,
Ugh.
it's not a good color.
No, this is a no. I'm already out.
You're already a no, huh?
It's the worst
for
color.
32.
32.
Like
Super- is
213,000
it
miles.
locked?
Did you miss that
Is
it
it
has? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
triple locked.
Supercharge.
And did you miss it's got a supercharger on it?
Kazuma, hardly know her.
So
Kazoomer.
Kazuma.
so I mean there you go. I mean that we all know how slow they are.
So it's slightly less slow.
So it's slightly less slow
Look at that exhaust work.
because of a supercharger. It's got a rack, just so you know, and
Great.
a winch
Okay.
with a bumper.
Go back to the rack.
Go back to the rack, he says. Okay, hold on.
Well,
There you go.
Want to see a rack.
Check
Okay.
that out. Yeah.
Never mind.
I've seen enough.
Never mind. I've seen all I need to see.
Okay. All right. So, would you pay money for this?
25 tops.
Okay, so
25 grand plus 8 beers. Next question.
Next question.
Cheers.
Next question.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that
let's do that.
that
How many beers? Next question.
that actually fits because if you
Or
weren't
would you rather?
going to pay money for that, would you then pay money for this? Which is which just so happens to be another 80 series.
I can't see it yet.
You can't? What do you mean?
Camp time.
Here you go. How about this?
Ah, there we go.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
This has a Camp Tech camper conversion.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously he's taken it places because of the photo here is
In a place.
in a place. with his Camp Tech conversion.
Nice to have time to camp.
This
That
one's
looks fun.
$40,000.
Okay, yeah. Camp Tech's $10K.
Okay. Well, he says his build is over 60.
Camp Techs are sick. You can fit mice in there.
At least.
Oh, that's
I'm
good.
sorry, Eric.
Sorry.
So
Nicest dude ever.
This is 270,000 miles, 100,000 on the rebuilt engine. Whoop-de-doo. 456s, an EGR delete.
Why did they have to rebuild the engine at 170,000?
$40,000?
$40K. Icon 2.5s.
Okay.
Guy can't even pull off 35.
Remotes.
Got some strong 33s on this thing.
33.8.
Yeah, 285 75 17s.
That's the size I have.
At least they're not Toyos.
Hey.
They are Toyos.
They are
Sorry,
Toyos. They're
AT3s.
AT3s.
They're not MT55s.
And it's also got a
He's got a fair lead.
yeah. He's got quite a bit of listing of like camp build out stuff here. So, as you'll see here in the following pictures, he's got the ARB Who Cares bumper. It's got a snorkel because you need a snorkel, obviously. It's got some door damage.
Oof.
Wait, who's selling this?
This guy. Hold on.
He's going
Hold
to
on.
say no, and then he's going to be like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tim.
There's,
One of my customers.
well, you can. He's got the VIN posted on here if you want to look it up.
You check that up in your
Yeah,
system.
wanna pull that up.
I think I could use that on my pickup.
Ooh, I do like the Camp Tech.
But it's
build-out.
got a
It's a
It
nice
does
build
go
out.
for
Yeah.
Part.
it's got a little camping build out in the back here that is kind of troopy-esque, but probably not as efficient because of the space is not as simple to use. But it's got a water tank and fridge stuff, and
Probably wouldn't rattle at all.
no, I'm sure it's quiet as can be. Why would you think it makes noise?
Probably doesn't make not a lot of moving parts there.
Oh, my God.
15-foot long drawer.
With 4 bolts holding it in.
I just made so many complicated build outs and they all just rattle. Like the most simple thing you can do, and then it doesn't rattle.
So, would you pay money for this?
40? Is this one
Wait.
locked?
But the last one was 32.
This
and
one's
you can
got
get this for
ARBs.
40?
Nah, I hate to say it on the Camp Tech thing because I like his hustle, but I would rather the other truck, and then I would just do a drawer, put my crap in the back, and I'd have a tent on top.
Okay.
Like
Mhm.
I don't need
And a supercharger.
I don't need to do yoga to get into my bed.
Sure.
Mhm.
Just climb a ladder to get in my bed.
Well, you could put a ladder on the Camp Tech thing, can't you?
They don't have
yeah, but
provision for a
the
ladder,
whole
I don't
point
think.
of the Camp Techs is to crawl in like a.
Well, you can, but couldn't. I guess it doesn't look like there is a thing to go in. You
could.
can't go in the side, can you?
I
No.
don't
Those
think
aren't doors.
to make a SUV into a camper van. Like I've said this probably more than anything else in my life.
Okay. Say it on the
Defender
pod. Into the
and,
microphone, if you could, please.
He's talking to you, Colin.
I
He's speaking directly to Colin.
I know.
We get this question all the time. They see the Troopy like pop top cut the roof off thing, and they're like, "Oh, can you do this to my 4Runner?" I'm like, "Look at the back of your 4Runner. Would you like to open your trunk and crawl into bed? Like, just have a tent on top of your truck, and then have your truck. Like, don't convert your roof
Mhm.
unless you have a Defender or a Troopy, because those are vans.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, those are vans. They're not like the 80 series is so good off road. It's a great off road vehicle. I don't know. I'm done.
Just not long enough.
That's it.
It's
Like-
not long enough. That's the thing.
Well, just the
And
floor
it does have
plan
a
isn't
flat floor.
flat, and there's not a lot of room in the back. Like there's
Yeah.
not a living space.
No.
Mhm.
Whereas like a Troopy or a Defender or something, there's room in the back to make a full build out and hang out back there. But like no one hangs out in the back of an 80 series. It's pretty small.
Yeah.
Just have your drawers and your back seats, whatever you want, and then have a tent on top of your truck if you want, or a swag tent. But don't cut your roof off so that you can do some weird yoga contorted move to get in bed.
That's true.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like, just have a ladder to get in bed. Like, why do you have to go through your trunk to get in bed?
Yeah.
I don't know. Ozzy, did you
How else
like
do you
the...
feel
That's a fair
about
point.
How you
Keep going, please.
I'm
Keep
so
going.
pissed. I'm so sorry, Camp Tech. I'm sorry, Eric. He's going to unfollow me. I'm so sorry. He's not going to listen. But
Shots fired.
Well, you just aren't his. You're not his audience. That's all it is.
Yeah, he
what
has a
you
bunch of
saw
people.
the G-Wagon popped up. Did
With
you
the
like
camp-
that?
Yeah. I mean, the camp top's super cool, and but you could get a long wheelbase Caston wagon and do the same thing you're talking about, like with the troopy,
Oh,
which
the
is
Caston
essentially.
wagons make sense because they're
It's
like
essentially
a
a
troopy.
troopy, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
But yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, if you have rear doors, do you want to? If you're deleting your seat and all that, and like basically building a troopy or a Caston wagon, then that's fine. But
Might make sense for small people.
yeah, maybe
I
it
don't-
would.
Okay. All right, so if we had to pick, Alex is going to take the pop top,
He's gonna-
right? That's what I heard?
Yeah, he's taking the pop top.
Might make sense in Japan.
Okay.
You can put that in. Don't put
Okay.
the other part in.
You can't...
Hmm.
I don't... Okay.
This segment is getting cut.
Brought to you by
The
Camp Tech.
the one segment he wanted to do.
This segment brought to you by Camp Tech.
So you're not. So you want the Camp Tech one
Mhm.
instead of the red one with the supercharger
Yes.
He wants the red one with the supercharger and 8 beers.
and 8 beers.
Oh, no, you're going to be
I
less.
No,
take-
he's giving
I'd take
8
the
beers.
gray
Giving
one with
8.
the supercharger and the triple lock, and I would just put the auto home or an alley cab on top.
Okay.
Okay. Can you say that into the microphone?
But
or-
Pull the mic to your face.
I don't know. What this guy-
You-
I would take the gray one with the
no,
lockers.
red. You,
Yeah, the red one. Red
gray
has
is the
lockers.
Camp Tech. Do you want the Camp Tech?
I'd take the red one
There you go.
Okay.
with the lockers
Yep.
Mhm.
and the supercharger,
Mm-hmm.
and I would put an auto home or an alley cab or a GFC. Graham, respond to my text,
That's Go Fast Campers.
and leave it like that.
Is this an either or? Would you pay money for that? Is that what we're playing here?
That was the idea. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
kinda
why I
one.
put 2 on there.
All right, now
Sean already has an 80 series.
would
so
you
he can't
rather-
really-
Oh,
So yeah, I don't know what one Ozzy wants, but
I'm gonna go with the red supercharger. Little
Wow.
supercharger action sounds fun.
and the lockers.
And the lockers.
well, they both had lockers. It was just one was factory, the other was ARBs.
Yeah.
I think build outs are so personal. Like
Yeah.
each one's different. Like,
That is a good point. Yeah.
I would never pay money for a truck that has a build out.
I-
Unless it's insanely simple. Like
I
Sure.
do like a Camp Tech build out though. They seem
they are
very
sweet.
nice.
They are the
Yeah.
best.
Like
yeah.
if there's gonna
I think, yeah, that slide out with the kitchen and the table and everything, like, I'm all about that.
he makes it so nice. Yeah.
It looks
If you
good.
like watch the videos, some joinery, some beauty.
Oh my God.
Nice. I'm about
Some
it.
nice tech in
I'm
that thing.
about it.
They are really good.
Yeah.
I was like, I got bent out of shape for a while when I started seeing him like post these things because I was like, I'm not going to delete my whole back seat. And then I deleted half my back seat, and then now the other half never gets used. I'm like, what? Why didn't I just
could,
delete the
yeah.
whole thing? I could have just done that to start with. Oh well.
But you could have had a single cab truck then.
Yeah, that's
now
my
it's all
dream.
enclosed.
I like to have room behind me that's open.
It's kind of sick. Like the 3-seater. That's what I did in my 80 series.
That's
Like,
what I've got.
fold
yeah.
down the big, leave the single.
Yeah.
And it's like Millennium Falcon, which was a 3-seater.
That's right. It's the same thing.
Millennium Falcon was a 3-seater. 80 series 3-seater.
It's fun because if you have, 2 people that need to ride in the back, only one can be belted, but the other one can kind of fit.
Hmm.
So it's fine.
See, I think my perception on everything has changed completely now that I have a truck, because everything just goes in the truck bed, and now it can make as much noise as it fucking wants to. I don't hear it.
Yeah.
That's great.
It can rattle. And
It can
creak
rattle and
yeah.
creak and do all kinds of stuff back there, and I don't know. I don't hear it.
That's a good point.
I kind of like truck.
Well, if your rig is creaky enough to start with, it doesn't matter also, right? That's another thing.
That's true. Our 80 series creaky. I wouldn't know. I've never.
Not exceptionally, no.
Not too
Such
bad.
a great vehicle, so.
It's the perfect
right.
vehicle. It's God's vehicle.
Yeah.
You can have Leia and Chewbacca. Yeah,
Going
3-seater.
back in the 3 seats.
We gotta get back. Back to the Millennium Falcon.
If you don't name this episode the Millennium
The
Falcon,
Millennium Falcon, yeah.
or why you should buy an 80 series.
So for all of Alex's customers, stop bringing him Troopies. He only wants 80 series,
Preferably with 3 seats.
preferably 3-seaters.
And Prius.
And Camp Tech
Prii?
conversions.
Priuses? I don't know.
Do you install
Tires.
Camp Tech, or is he
No, it's
he will only install
only.
his stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're cool. I kind of wanted one. I still kind of dream about it every once in a while, but then I run into the same thing that you're complaining about, which is I think it'd be really cool until I start figuring out how I would have to get into it. And my build out in the back is 2 drawers high, so it's probably, I don't know, 4 inches above my tailgate. So to crawl through that would be an absolute nightmare, and I have to get up and pee in the middle of the night frequently. So
I have enough trouble getting in and out of my troopy, which is very user friendly.
Sure.
Yeah,
Don't.
I don't know.
Sorry, Camp Tech guy.
I've seen a lot of Camp Techs. They're sick. It
It
seems
looks
like the
cool.
people that have them love them.
Yeah.
I just think tent on top with a ladder.
Well,
Like the ladder's got to be easier to get into a standalone tent than to have to open a hatch and crawl through and open your tailgate, because 80s have the
hatch.
clamshell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I would just rather unzip and crawl down a ladder.
Yeah.
Hate to say it.
I started doing a little looking at
hate to say it.
the
I hate
I
to
width,
say
said it
it.
over and over
Hates
again.
to
I hate to say it. I don't want to shit on
Oh, boy.
someone's
but you just
hustle.
Yeah, well,
This whole episode, you can't air.
yeah, I can.
Did. Well,
I can do whatever
He's
I
got
want
something
with
to
it,
work with.
technically.
I'm just starting fights.
So what about your? So then, how about Troopy top conversions? So what's your preferred?
Those are
Topper.
bigger. They're
Right. No, but what's
Yeah.
but what's your preferred? Which one do you like the features of more?
Oh yeah, the Alucab's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've tried all of them.
Mhm.
Some people be like, "Oh, the Alucab, you got to close from the outside. You can't close it from inside." Have you ever tried to close a tent from the inside of the tent?
yeah, it's a sportsmobile. You press the button.
Yeah,
That's
it
easy.
just it comes down.
Actuators.
Like, well, what if it's raining? Like, you shouldn't camp then.
Or just
If you're worried
go
about
out in the
closing
rain.
it
If
in the
water
rain,
hurts,
Yeah.
you should not camp. Like, imagine trying to close a tent on top of your body while you're inside your truck. Because the other tents, they close from the inside. You have to
that sounds like
they
a pain.
latch from the inside. So you have to be in there and close them on top of your own head,
and pulling
and
fabric
then
in.
close them and close the fabric in from the inside.
Mm-mm.
Huh.
And it's bullshit.
I bet that is a major feature that a lot of people that want to do roof conversions don't realize.
They think it's a plot. They're like, oh, but that
Until
one
they're
you
doing
don't
it.
have to close from the outside.
You're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, how is that a plus? Yeah.
We just tried them.
Okay. Insider info.
What you really need, it sounds like, is the one that has
The hard sides.
the hard sides from an 80s van.
Mhm.
That's what you
Found
really
Hard to
the
find.
coolest.
Hard to find.
Hard
yeah.
to find. Well, there's that tent company that made that one that
Oh,
I
It's
like. Yeah, that I like to see all the videos of when it gets muggy and it fogs the inside
I
windows
haven't
up really
seen
bad.
that.
It's
The
pretty
glass one, the
Yeah.
one that's like $20,000.
Yeah.
Very expensive. Isn't it like carbon fiber in glass, or is it just
It's
fiberglass?
I
in
don't know.
glass?
It's all kinds of weird stuff. But like their first ads were it on like a new expedition
Tahoe
or whatever.
something. Yeah.
And and then they posted their video of it and it's just like fogged on the inside. It's like, huh, apparently there's not enough
Condensation.
ventilation in
Yeah.
there.
Huh.
Maybe they're just having a lot of sex.
And there's also
Could
that.
be.
It's possible
Could be that.
Could be.
on video.
Why am I here?
I don't know.
Could be they're just breathing heavy.
Yeah, could be that.
My tent never has that issue.
Yeah, mine
Where's your
mine doesn't either.
womp womp button?
Womp
Come
womp.
on. Thank you.
Good.
All right. On that note, you got anything extra?
Yeah.
All right, we're doing a new segment by Mamitas
Mm-hmm.
Tequila. No, I'm just kidding. It's from.
That's.
We're doing Would You Rather.
Mm-hmm.
Could you talk into the mic when you do this?
This is just an exaggerated version of the way I feel sometimes.
I'm going to bring up 2 Latinas.
Oh, hey, let's maybe not do this on my computer.
That's his work computer. Watch out.
Try to type something in and get blocked.
Safe search off.
Okay.
Like Sean, like, no, please, no. Don't.
Yeah, look at that. And it's closed. Actually, that was just a zoom in on your crotch is what that
good.
was. So
Good.
that's more up Alex's alley anyway. So
Oh.
he's the one making all those comments, so I don't know what to tell you.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Was this your worst nightmare, Alex?
I just feel bad we talked about us the whole time. We should have
That's
talked
what
about...
That's the
want
point.
to do.
We should have talked about...
You're the guest.
Hot topics.
Like?
Immigration.
Oh, like immigration. Got it. Yeah,
Back to
we
immigration.
try to talk about mid-sized trucks to roll it all the way back
Mhm.
frequently.
But you didn't have anything to
What are
say
you guys
about
into?
mid-sized
What are
trucks.
you guys...
Well, immigration.
Other than immigration, you mean? Protecting our borders?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Truck immigration. That's what you're
Oh,
specialists
truck-
on,
Yeah,
right?
actually, you're big into truck
Truck
immigration.
immigration.
Yeah, that's true.
So
So I'm
enthusiastic
pretty-
about it.
Here
Pretty
comes it.
pro immigration when it comes to trucks. That's true.
Yeah, giving him an existential crisis here.
Mhm.
You know, this is a... What do you mean?
What do you mean? I don't know.
I can tell you which side of immigration I'm
I know.
on.
I'm just saying. Could be either way. Wow.
Yeah, this has devolved.
Devolved? Did it start?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
I think you know.
What's the last vehicle that you've had that you airbagged?
None.
What?
I've never.
Oh, that's
I've never done that.
He's
And never
anti-air
will.
ride.
What's the last?
What about you?
What's the last oil pan that you broke?
Actually, I'm one of the lucky ones and have not
What?
broken an oil pan. I've hit
What?
my oil pan a lot, but I have not broken one.
Wow.
Usually they're stamped
'Cause
steel.
It's also because he
Oil
doesn't
pans?
drive his cars.
Have you ever got stuck?
Yeah, only to
in-
Leavenworth and back.
Have you ever got stuck in a vehicle because it's been so low that you couldn't? It got stuck on the road or something, or you had to have people push you out of the like-
actually,
strip club parking lot or something,
and
or wherever
you'll-
you will go.
You'll know
at night.
So Pancake House in Redmond,
Waffle House.
it has a real,
Uh-huh.
a real tough entry and exit. And I was in the Audi that I have now, and I got in fine, but then leaving, I went a little too slow, and I hung wheel on it trying to get out,
Stuck.
and there was people standing there watching, but you know. The all-wheel drive,
all-wheel drive.
really
Oh.
kicked in. Just freaking throttled it and gave it a couple of steering wheel weaves, pulled it right off.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, I like pulling it off.
He learned that from off-roading.
Yeah.
That's right.
He saw at the wheel.
Saw on the wheel.
So,
But yeah, I also, I'm actually good at driving low cars, so I haven't gotten them stuck in
Wow.
weird places.
One time, not to steal your thunder. One time
It's
on
not thunder stealing.
Martin Luther King Boulevard in Portland, Oregon,
Uh-huh.
I hit a construction, one of those
I remember this.
big,
I wasn't there, but I remember
one of those big
yeah.
plates, and exploded the aluminum oil pan
Yeah.
in the 1.8 turbo
Mhm.
GTI.
And then wasn't that
And-
the Arnold Palmer, JB Weld?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went to O'Reilly's and I bought an Arnold Palmer.
Wow.
Arnold?
Can you say it?
Can you guys say that?
Arnold Palmer?
Jesus.
We all just said it. You're the only one.
And JB Weld,
hmm
and
Chugged the Arnold.
we drained the oil,
Mhm.
sanded it, cut the can, and then JB Weld over the pan.
Who drank the Arnold Palmer?
I don't know. I think we,
you better not have poured that out. I mean,
I
that's
think
a
we poured
good
it out.
drink.
Oh, wow.
someone drank it.
Sure.
That don't matter none.
Mm.
And then let it sit for 2 hours, and then drove back to Bend.
Yeah.
Put oil back in there.
Oh, well, yeah.
There you go.
That's a good step. Yeah.
Almost missed a step.
That's my best low car thing
Yeah.
I've ever done.
Hmm.
And Ozzy wasn't there.
No.
He was experimenting
in Portland.
You were
Down
up
the
there-
street,
you were
down
up
the
there-
street in Portland.
You were up there visiting to experiment.
He was
huh?
3 blocks away experimenting. Were you not around?
I wasn't at that. No,
I would think that he was not in school in Portland at that point.
No.
Yeah, I don't
when
think
you had
so.
the Mark. No, when you had the Mark IV, I was not in school.
Mm-mm.
He was in
In
school.
eight-
Well, you were in school.
high
You were not in that
yeah,
school.
sorry, I was in high school.
It was in 1988.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Way back
back
in the
then.
day.
Yeah.
Old guy
When you
over
had your
here.
Mark IV GPI in 1988.
At 2002.
Back when Sean was graduating
Oh,
from high school.
Oh,
come on.
wow.
I knew
Old
that
guy.
was going to happen.
Old guy sting.
Damn it. Damn it.
Back when Sean was experimenting in high school.
I got no comeback for that. That's it.
What's
Really?
your best low car story? How many kids have you hit in your low car?
Only a
your
couple.
Mark III Jetta?
Definitely one leaving Fit Garage.
Dude, I remember driving
With a
your Mark
skateboard.
III and it had coilovers.
Yeah.
Because I had only had cut springs.
Well, it was like, I had nice coilovers on that
Yeah,
car.
yeah,
too.
those were- those were like
KWs
top of the
or
line.
something. You had something
Those
nice.
were
And I was
HR
like,
Ultra Lows.
This is nice.
Yeah. Next level.
I had never experienced coilovers.
That was the
Wow.
first time you experienced
Yeah.
coilovers? Oh my
I had
God,
only
that's
had-
crazy.
I would just remove the spring
Yeah.
and ride strut.
Yeah.
Or shock, whatever.
Yeah, I've never seen someone cut springs.
And then you could move the spring in and out with it on the
Actually, I have because Tyson did that. Tyson removed the front springs on his Rabbit. But I was going to say, I've never seen someone cut springs and make a car like the right ride height, because usually people just fuck it up and don't know what they're doing, and also don't have money for wheels at the same time, because you alternately, or like weirdly enough, had money for wheels but didn't put coilovers on your car.
That was
That
the
was
worst.
pretty good. Yeah.
That was a huge thing. Like if you would do the coilovers before the wheels.
Yeah.
But a lot of
always.
people would do wheels before coilovers.
Yeah,
Because you can see wheels.
Yeah.
You can't see
Well, and cutting
coilovers.
springs is cheap.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm trying to think of like a good low car story that's my low car. I've definitely broken 2 or 3 oil pans, but I think my favorite low car story is actually with Colin when he had the crazy Volksrad bug.
Mm.
We took it to Billetproof in Chehalis, Washington.
Yeah, I know where you're going here.
And at some point along the way, we realized that the fiberglass road reflectors were at a height where if you hit them,
Too
it would
high.
blow them up,
Mhm.
which was fun, except all of the fiberglass dust would come into the cabin each time. And it just kept happening. And
Yeah.
after like the
Every
second
lane
or
change.
third time,
Bam, bam.
it was hilarious, but also itchy
You're
and
breathing
uncomfortable.
fiberglass.
Mhm.
Yeah, I definitely, that
Yeah.
shortened my life
I
at
mean,
least a year.
Granted, the airflow was so good that the fiberglass came in, but it also
It left
went
pretty
back
quick,
out
too.
pretty quick.
How is your
so.
chemo going?
Is your
I start next week for my 60th birthday.
Mhm.
Dick.
Does Ossie have a
I just not.
low
in
car
here.
story? Since that's what we're on that's the cycle we're on.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I exploded an oil pan on the E28. That was a dumb one. Just like a bridge trellis that was a little gnarly.
Oh, yeah.
And going way fast, and then just coasted for way too long, like losing oil pressure. And I was like, oh, I should probably pull over. And if I put a new oil pan in it, started it up, it's fine. Go ahead. The man in the front.
I have a good story, not related to me.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Cody, my brother-in-law.
Okay. Yeah.
There's this jump on like Old Highway, Old Redmond.
Old Ben
old
Redmond.
Ben Redmond.
Yeah, there's a jump.
Yeah.
That you can just in the middle of the road. If you hit it fast enough,
I don't think this exists anymore. But go on.
Yeah.
might not exist anymore.
I
But
don't think
Okay,
so
Grandpa.
there is a jump.
There was a jump
There was a jump, and we all went out there.
back in '88
And
with
Cody
his Mark IV.
had his A4 wagon,
Mhm.
the white one with the
Yep.
brown interior. It was so sick. And everyone was like, our buddy was hitting it with his Tercel, getting like 20 feet of air in this
Definitely.
thing. And then Cody hit it with Zane. And the first time he didn't catch any air because A4 wagon's kind of heavy. And
Okay.
he hit it again and like no air. And then the third time around, Zane was like, if you don't catch air anymore, I'm not going to ride with you anymore.
What a friend.
He's like, So Cody hit it going like 95. Oh my God. And I swear to, like, we measured it the next day. He went over 100 feet. From the peak to where the oil pan hit. And the oil pan exploded.
Oh, yeah.
It was easy to measure the next day because there was a 6 quarts of oil where he landed. We had to tow it home because he jumped 100 feet.
Oh, my God.
And just landed on oil pan, exploded that thing.
Yep.
We
Cast aluminum, yeah.
Yeah. Not really that low, but broke the oil pan.
Well, when
oil pan.
When you're jumping
it was low when it bottomed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it came out to like 86 feet or something like that. Like how far he went from peak trough to valley.
95 is pretty quick.
Yeah. Zane was like bullying him. He's like, if you puss out again,
of course he was.
I'm getting out of your car. I'm never going to ride with you again.
In hindsight, what a silly thing. It's like, get out of my car, man. I don't care.
Yeah. Gave into peer pressure a little
Cost
too
him like
easily.
$600.
Oh, no.